Good morning, my dear students of class 9. I hope all of you are well by the grace of the Almighty. I know this is a very difficult situation for all of us, but I hope all of you are staying safe and all of you are staying at home. Today we are going to read about chapter 6, that is the state, citizenship and law. I hope all of you know about the state because you have read it in previous classes. Before state, the people used to live in groups. So gradually they started to make it more proper, more formalized, and ultimately they made state. Different scholars define state. For example, Aristotle, R.M. McIver, Professor Garner. According to Aristotle's definition, Aristotle said state is a combination of village, or it's some sort of village where the people were self-sufficient. That means they could fulfill their own need. If you look at the modern scholars' definition like R.M. McIver or Professor Garner, you will know about some elements. For example, both of them talked about a union of people living in a territory, and there will be some sort of group that will control that people. That means that will govern the people. What does it indicate? Definitely the government. And definitely there is another concept which is sovereignty. You have read it in class 6. So from their definitions, you know that there are 4 elements of states. There are 4 elements of state. The first one is the primary element, definitely is the people, because without people a state cannot be formed. People is very important, and definitely these people will be organized politically, right? So these people, there is no definite number of these people. That means you do not need exact such number of people to form a state. It can be less, it can be more, but there have to be people, right? So for example, if you look at China or India, you will see there are lots of people, crores and crores of people. On the other hand, San Marino or Vatican City or Monaco, there are some countries which have less population. So it doesn't matter what is the number of population, but there have to be people to form a state. The second important element to form a state is specific geographical territory. Now, what does territory mean? Basically, territory is the combination of 3 things. It means air, land, and the naval area, or you can add sea. So the area of Bangladesh is 1,47,570 square kilometers. It means the land area of 1,47,570 square kilometer, the rivers or water bodies inside it, and the air over it, all will be included in the territory of Bangladesh, right? So we know to protect this territory, we usually have some forces to protect our border. We have force. We know we have Air Force, we have Navy, we have Army, we have Border Guard Bangladesh. So all the countries want to save their geographical territory, and like the population, there is no specific geographical boundary limit. It can be a small country or it can be a very big country, right? So it doesn't have any specific number that if you want to form a state, you need such amount of land or air or river or something like that. The next one is the government. So basically, government is a very important concept because this is something that controls the whole country. The power, sovereign power, is exercised by this government, right? So we know this government has 3 parts or 3 organs. You have read about it in previous classes. The legislature that controls the law, the judiciary department, and the administrative or the executive department, right? So according to Professor Garner, if you consider state as a body of life, the government is its brain. That means the government by its brain is controlling the country, controlling the system and everything. So government is the 3rd essential element to form a state, and it is very important. The last element is the principal element to form a state. All of you know that, and that is the sovereignty. Now, it is the highest and absolute power of the state, and this is the power that actually makes states superior than all other organizations or all other institutions. For this power, for having this power, the state is not bound to any other legally except its own will. That means the state can do whatever it wishes to. The sovereign power basically has two types of entity. The number one is inner and number two is outer. So what does inner entity mean? Something that is or that will be exercised inside the state, right? So by this inner power, the state establishes its supremacy over all its citizens and organization. No authority can exist over this sovereign power. So since the state has this power, it can control all the organizations, all the citizens inside the state, right? The next one is the outer entity. Basically, it's the external entity, you can say, and with this power the state will be free from the control of any other outer power or other countries in the international area. So this is very important, because since a state has this power, right, so other countries cannot control the state or cannot say anything or interfere in the political arena of the state. That is why sovereignty is very, very important. If you think about our Pakistan era, you can see that we East Pakistanis, that means the present Bangladesh, we had our people, we had specific territory. At one point we had provincial government, but we didn't have any sovereignty power or sovereign power. That means the West Pakistanis used to control us, right? So that's why at that time definitely Pakistan was not considered, East Pakistan was not considered as a state. But now, what do you think about Bangladesh? Bangladesh has population, it has specific territory, we have a government, and definitely we have sovereignty, and that's why Bangladesh is now considered as a state. So I hope the concept of state is clear to you. If you have any question regarding this topic, please comment in the Schoology app. I will try to make a follow-up video. Stay safe, stay well, take care, bye.